When you were younger, do you remember seeing fireflies in the spring and early summer? Well, we still have fireflies in Texas, and if you were lucky enough to have the right habitat, you can see them even in your yard. One interesting fact, a firefly is not actually a fly.
Fireflies are not flies. They are in fact beetles, and they belong to the family Lampyridae. They get confused for flies because they fly around, but no, fireflies are beetles. Fireflies light up as a form of sexual communication. It's males that are really trying to signal to females, and they're trying to be the brightest and have the longest flashes in order to impress the females. And the females are looking at those flashes and responding to that different variation in male flash timing and picking the best and the brightest in order to mate with. Fireflies in Texas are around about 90% of the state, believe it or not. They occur all across different ecoregions in the state, and you can find them down south towards the coast, South Texas. Some of the highest concentrations are in East Texas and Central Texas.
Most fireflies prefer environments that are warm, humid, and wet. But if you look carefully, you can find them in some locations you might not expect them to be.
Today we are at Chinati State Natural Area. And it's a site that doesn't get a lot of attention, but it's a location that has a lot of really unique habitats. We're looking for an endemic species of firefly that's only found in West Texas. So we've set up a black light here. We're gonna have that run tonight. Some of the fireflies that we're after will come to UV light. So we'll leave this trap here, and then we'll do all the hand collecting further down the arroyo at another suitable habitat, and we'll wait till it gets dark and wait for the fireflies to start flashing. It's only known from a few locations, a few observations, and we're out with the Xerces Society for Invertebrate Conservation to try and add more observations of this species and just learn more about its life history, its flash patterns, and really just trying to learn more about what this species requires as far as habitat in West Texas.
It's been amazing, just the diversity of invertebrates and insects, and the community of firefly species that we find here. The mix of firefly species is really totally different than other parts of the country. It's really exciting to get to know these species better.
I don't know which species it is. We're not entirely sure which species it is.
So yeah, the species that we're looking for tonight, typically it's a Photurus species. So the males will tend to fly higher up around the vegetation, and looking for females that tend to, well, I guess we don't actually know for this species very well.
Look at her tiny wing
Tiny wing.
She's so little.
Oh, so cool.
Oh my god, she's awesome.
So yesterday, and actually the day before, we found what could be a new species. There's been so little work done in this part of the state. They're also difficult to distinguish between the species, so we'll get it off to an expert and get their opinion on its status.
You might have fireflies in your own backyard, but you need to take some steps to protect them.
Pesticides do kill insects, and it's important to identify what kind of pesticides are going into your property. And one of the things you can do with your local pest control company, if you don't want to eliminate pesticides completely, is to have an active role in telling them where you want them to spray. If you let them choose where they're going to spray, they might just go ahead and spray everything and kill out any beneficial insects that might be in your property. So it's really important to just say, hey, I want you only to spray on my foundation, and don't spray any native or wild areas that are surrounding my house. If we're a little bit conscious and thoughtful about how we apply those pesticides, it can go really far to help fireflies, but other beneficial insects as well.
When you limit your use of pesticides, you help a whole range of pollinators, like native bees, butterflies, and one pollinator you might not know about, moths.
They're like moving the sheet, there's so many of them.
Yeah, they're just all hanging on to the branches. I've never seen them in such abundance though.
I've never seen this many, ever.
So what are some of the things that you can do to help fireflies? If you've got a yard, one of the things that you can do is start planting native plants. And the reason why that's really helpful is it helps retain soil moisture. If you can introduce a water feature to your yard, can help dampen any light pollution that is coming off of your property. Light pollution for fireflies is bad because it prevents them from being able to communicate with each other. If they can't communicate with each other, then they can't basically mate and produce offspring. So we really want to create as dark a habitat as possible to help fireflies.
So what we do, we don't ever use any pesticides. We don't mow very often, but we do let the leaf litter accumulate on the ground, especially within our native section that we have in the back. We have all these native plants around here to help encourage the pollinators. And then whenever we trim our trees, we put the extra limbs inside our little bunched areas and let those kind of decompose so that that rotten wood can actually be some nutrients and housing for some other insects. We kind of allow nature to grow from the bottom up by leaving it alone.
Leaf litter serves a lot of purposes for fireflies. It's usually the place where the larvae are going to be present. And this kind of leaf litter that occurs in your yard or in a natural habitat is fireflies' home. It provides habitat for the larvae, but also for the food that fireflies eat as well. So snails, slugs, worms, little insects. As larvae, they're incredibly predacious. And when they're crawling along the forest floor, this is where they're going to find that food. So by encouraging leaf litter to build up in a habitat, we're helping fireflies.
I have a 9-year-old and a 6-year-old, and to see their faces whenever they go and catch the fireflies, that's just joy for everyone.
It's really fascinating how they just glow when like we see one here. Oh wait, there's another one over there. We zigzag around the place and they all glow. It's beautiful.
And they're really cool since they have lights. And it's basically the only bug that has a light. And it's really cool.
It's just one of those magical things in the animal kingdom that an insect lights up. I mean, how amazing is that?